and welcome to the Miss Best Reviews channel. I am Mrs. Best, and we have James, our co-host from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel, here with us. Hello, mate.
Hello, everybody. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, show my girl some love. She killing it out here, y'all. Go ahead and
Thank
subscribe.
you. And James's the channel, the link to his channel is in the description of this video as well. Click it; it'll take you straight there. He recaps a lot of shows as well, so it's definitely something for everyone between one of the channels. Hell. But we are here to go over Basketball Wives LA, the finale that this was. It was titled Sisterhood of the Traveling Drama. This is one of the worst finales I've watched, I think, of any show, reality, and or scripted in a long time. Why? Why must Shawnee play in our faces like this? Like, this finale was all over the place, and it was actually a little bit difficult to, like, in terms of like note taking and thinking about what's relevant to talk about on YouTube. Like, it was kind of difficult. So bear with me. And James is like, yep. Because it was everywhere. This episode was everywhere. It did not make sense. There was not much
It was
resolution.
like they were trying to cut what they had left and put it like at the end. That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah.
And then we just gonna add a little scene for Jennifer because I know y'all curious about this whole probation situation, which we weren't. But okay, producer Sean.
You know what I hate about this cast before we get into the episode? None of these women want to share like what's really going on in their personal life, but they want to be on a reality television show. And it drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. Even the little glimpse we get at the reunion next week, it looks like Jen is still like, it's nobody's business as it pertains to her relationship. And it's like, you're choosing to be a public
Right,
figure.
and what you want
Say it.
reality TV for? Like, what the hell?
Right.
Like, what you doing here then?
So strange. But pretty much we pick up where we left off. The ladies were in Mexico, Puerto Vallarta. Brandy snapped at Evelyn, or Brandy snapped, not at Evelyn. Brandy snapped at Jackie because of the comments that Jackie's made. They're getting into it. And it really, Brandy's just mad that everybody has thrown her marriage in her face. And honestly, rightfully so. Though it's crazy she took him back for being with so many women, it's like no one wants to be reminded of their pain. So I do get that perspective. Uh, but Evelyn's talking about Brandy needs a minute. And I'm like, girl, you contributed to this problem of anger. But okay, Evelyn. And this is where Brooke is confirming because we did see them get into it with Jackie and Cheyenne jumped in for whatever reason. And Brooke confirms that she got up because she wasn't going to let Brandy get jumped because 2-on-1's not fair. But Brooke also explains to Brandy that she has nothing to prove to anyone once she comes back to the table about her marriage, which is interesting because Brooke just a couple episodes ago was saying she don't think Brandy happy in her marriage and all these things, but she didn't really say much. She just said she doesn't think she's 100% happy in her marriage. And that actually made me look at Brooke differently. It gave her like a little 0.5 of a point. I can't give her the full point, but I'm gonna give her I'm gonna give her 0.5. And the reason why, you know, she could have said a lot, when they were at odds, but the fact that she just said, I don't think you're 100% happy. I think Brooke knows more of the status of Brandy's marriage, which we'll get to later, than she let on. So I was like, okay, I'll give her that. But why the hell was Evelyn crying? Evelyn, shut up. You do not feel bad for what you said because you keep saying it
I don't
over
think
and over.
Evelyn feels bad about what she said. I think Evelyn, for me, her reason of crying is because she's been in that position and is definitely projecting. Because we're not going to act like her letting her relationship with Carl Crawford, that was a huge bag to let go of over cheating. But she's such her gun, and I think that that's what she was thinking about. Honestly, that's my opinion of it. But I think she was thinking about Carl Crawford and that cheating and how damn that takes away, that 100 million or whatever he got away from her situation and that security and all that. Thinking she found love with this person. I think that that's what she was thinking about that entire time.
James says she don't give a damn about Brandy. She
No,
doesn't. If for her to do that the way that she threw Brandy's marriage at her, she doesn't care about her. There's no way you can say you care about somebody if you talk about them the way
right.
she has
That's what I
spoken
said. That
about
I
her.
think that crying was for her because I think she could think of her own situation and how somebody could throw that shit in her face. But because they do, I think all. And to answer your point, they all throw that in her face, like, "Oh, your husband cheated." And see, and the thing about Brandy, that's what you get for bringing you and your husband bullshit on TV, knowing that shit is fucking crazy, but still, trying to exemplify how y'all can still make it through. That shit's impossible. So I would have never put that shit on camera. I just wouldn't. Not me. No.
Yeah, I mean, either way, this trip was a mess. They left divided, pretty much. What they call themselves, the Fab Five. Whenever people give themselves, especially when there's groups of people, nicknames for their groups, such as Fab Five or the Fox Three on Housewives Beverly Hills, it always jinxes that friend group. So I never trust it. But
I've heard another reality show doing the Fab Five. Was it Married to Medicine?
I feel like it was.
I feel like
Because
it was too. I feel like Married to
Simone's
Medicine
loud
started
ass
that.
voice comes to my mind.
Just loud and teeth. That's all
Just
you. That's if you
all
can't remember. If you can't remember nothing else about Simone, she loud and you don't see all her teeth.
now the ladies, they all come back to LA and Shawnee has a book event. All the ladies show up, including Jackie. Jackie greets and hugs everybody at the event except for Brandy. Um, I don't even care about Jackie's pettiness and not gonna get into that too deep, to be honest, because a lot of how Jackie was, in my opinion, this season just felt like, okay, I'm doing this for the cameras. And yes, Jackie was a show because they were all mad at her, but I don't know. I think it's time to put it to rest or, do a reboot with a whole different cast. But all I'm going to say about this book event is congratulations on writing a book about your life, Shawnee. Great. Now, in addition to my congratulations, I do like the comment that Shawnee made about how you can take a challenge and make it into an opportunity for yourself. So, because she definitely did that with her divorce and her wealth and a lot of things to where she can allegedly say, I don't need your spousal support to Shaq. So I will give her that. But other than that, I don't care for the book. I didn't quite understand the event. I'm going to give James the floor now.
I understood the book and I understood what she was saying in the moment. I just feel like I'm a big hurt because I'm an author as well, so it would be crazy as hell and unethical of me to really not congratulate her and give her all of the glorified glory that she needs for writing a book and being honest and telling her truth, and how she did make a statuous moment from her pain and her experience. I'm definitely going to give that, but it's something about this situation that just for me comes off very snakish when it comes to Shawnee. So I kind of like,
because she
I don't
has
know.
told us most of what's in the book. She said this already multiple
Right.
times or in earlier days of Basketball Wives. Like, there's not much in there that will be like, whoa, oh my goodness, that happened. So it's like we're really kind of hearing about it again. And it's like, at what point do you like stop profiting off your ex and like just do something else? Like, lean into Basketball Wives a little bit more, pay attention to that, and make that something that can go on for
I
longer
don't know.
instead of
I kind of feel two ways about it. I feel like she should profit off of him. That's why I said I would never give up my name, even though I don't see her as Shawnee, whatever the new last name is. I always see her Shawnee O'Neal because that's who I knew and that's who I was watching for all these years. I'm not going to
yeah.
never know her as nothing else. So I felt like it was pointless for her to give up that name because I feel like girl capitalized that. I'm sure Pastor Keon, with all of his antics online, will understand.
Right, asking people
Trust
for
me.
just $1,500 a month.
Right.
I couldn't believe that when I saw. Oh my goodness, he one of them, and that's all I'm gonna
Hmm.
say to protect my channel. He one of them. If you know, you know.
Hmm. Yep.
uh, but nonetheless, she gave some motivating words, and her book did do well, and that's a wonderful thing. So let's keep supporting Black authors. So Brandy has to think about at the end of this book a bit if Jackie is going to come to her charity event, because remember, she wants her to MC the whole thing. And in my opinion, it's like, why is this even up for discussion? I don't know. I was really annoyed this whole episode because I'm like, why do y'all act like this cast will act like someone's done something super offensive that's like unforgivable, just turn right around and forgive them. And then we have to endure and watch all of the foolery. And I'm tired.
I mean, foolery. I was like, Brand, this is for charity and this is an event. And you're on a show with her being one of the main cast members. Put that shit aside for a day of charity and just say, look, I don't fool with you, I don't mess with you, but I did ask you to do this as a favor to me before we got into it. So can you please fulfill your obligation to me in the name of charity? That's all you had to do. It's not that fucking hard.
It's ridiculous. Now, we do get to Brandy's charity event, and this, all right. I want everybody to understand that I am a good person. I swear to you, I am a good person. I really have one of the biggest hearts. I really do. James, tell the people
Absolutely.
I'm a good person.
My best friend is the best ever. And I don't question that with even the pittest of my soul. She is the best person ever.
Now, I appreciate you. And James is a good person as well. He really does have a good heart. But
thank you.
We're going to talk a little shit about this charity event now.
Well, first of all, it was, Go ahead, friend. I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead of you.
You can lead.
Yes, first of all, I'm going to lead it, definitely. First of all, it was poorly executed. I didn't know what was going on. There was no sign of revealia. We didn't if Brandy had not told us what the charity was going to be about, we wouldn't have known what the charity was going to be about. There was no donation table to run donations and put your name on the sticker and say, yes, I donated. It was QR codes. Everybody had to do it on their smartphones. Then no one put up how much people were donating like they do on Bravo, because Bravo is messy and likes to show people how much Sheree likes to donate and how much Portia likes to donate. So that was another thing that I did not like. And the fact that Jackie was all over the damn place and did not know what she was doing, hosting, trying to get money out of people. Then all the other girls had to step up and get money out of people. It was like, Brandy, don't ever put nothing else together. We respect the charity, but don't ever put nothing else together, because I was embarrassed.
Here's the thing. It doesn't look like she planned for the charity event to be so big, because just based on the size of the basketball court and the fact that even that was an indoor court, things of that nature. So I'll give her a pass for that, but it doesn't look like she put much effort into advertising this, because she does have a pretty good following on social media. Separate from that, she's married to somebody who's an international basketball player. I feel like there's a lot more she could.
Oh no, I googled him. Oh no, he played in the States a few years.
Oh, he did.
Yes, he did. He played in the States for a few years. I googled him because I was like, where did he play? I believe Charlotte. He played for Charlotte, I believe. I have to look.
So he's done both. He's done both. So
yes,
he has
he's done
connections
both
internationally and nationally.
Yes,
so I'm sure that there are some connections, and then her cookbook and whatnot did well. So I'm sure that there's some type of connection that they could have found, and prevalent guests who they know would donate more, that would be there. I agree with everything James said. Unfortunately, I also, because of the location, she could have had like a drop a check booth, like drop a check or cash or something. Hell, maybe a little ghetto, but whatever it takes
when you have a donation table, like she had to have the QR tables lined up, have them stand in line, be like, hey, please make your donation, sign, and make sure that, and then make sure they know what the cause is. That's another thing I wanted her to do. Where was, I don't know if VH1 didn't do it, but where was the emphasis of the cause? Like, what is it about? Why weren't there any doctors to let people understand how serious this is? Like, why? It's so many things, because I had to Google what her son had, because I didn't remember this one at all.
Because I think she definitely could have done a better job at explaining. She just could have done, I'm just going to say, to keep it moving, that she just could have done a better job as a whole.
It was just like, I kind of felt bad for her in a way, because I'm like, ma'am, anytime you throw a charity event and you're trying to raise some money, you gonna have to come out of pocket. Like when it comes to like medical and like children and things that you're throwing charity events for, like it's one thing
Yeah.
if you're donating for like, somebody gets clothes or, homelessness. Those are like touch and go. Like those don't have to be, extravagant homeless, not toothless events. So those don't have to be like that. But in terms like when it comes to medical, I feel like those should be taken to the highest extent. And if you really did not like, if you're putting up your own money, then you needed to call sponsorships to say, hey, there's only I think one sponsor there, right? The company that's throwing
Yeah,
the
there
event.
wasn't much. I mean, the QR codes as a whole, I understand that we're in a different time, the time of technology, but QR codes can sometimes be complicated. They're not always reliable.
Hmm.
I'm a person when I see a QR code, like I'll scan it sometimes, but often I don't like to just because it's like, damn, I gotta pull out my phone, open the
Well,
camera.
there was one time
Thing.
there was an event I remember in Miami when I went to the QR code was Zelle only. And I remember thinking to myself, thank God me and my ex had Zelle where we could have donated because honestly, that was like, you ain't got Cash App, you ain't got
You should
like,
always have multiple ways to donate. There should have been
right.
pictures of a cash app with the cash tag, Venmo,
No, this event
PayPal.
only has Zelle. We were like,
It
oh,
should
how
have been
many
a
people
place to
have
give
Zelle?
cash because
Yes. Mhm.
there's a lot they could have done. But I mean, her heart was in the right place, and I'll give her that. But you could tell Brandy
Yeah,
didn't put a
absolutely.
dime of her own money in it. But Jackie's supposed to arrive to the event, which is supposed to be surprising. I wasn't surprised because this is what this cast does. It's a pattern. They act like they're unforgivable and then they forgive. But Jackie walks in like nothing ever happened. And now they talk about they got love for each other, even though the last moment they were together, they was trying to come at each other's throats, quite literally. Now, and I noticed at the reunion they sat them next to each other. I'm like, here we go with the foolery. But Brandy talks to Jackie, and Jackie apologizes, but this is not a sisterhood. And I want everybody to understand that this is definitely not what sisterhood is. This is toxic. All of these ladies, this whole group, just toxic, 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 toxic. So I don't. Do you want to add anything to Jackie apologizing again and then making peace?
Um, Honestly, I do, but then when I'm thinking about because I haven't seen the reunion trailer yet, I have not seen anything about it. So my whole instinct is like, I think it was just nice for the moment. That's what I'm gonna say. I think it was just nice for the moment. I think that's something that should have happened because it's a charity event for her, and it's something that her son has had. So yes, definitely come correct. And if an apology is needed,
Yeah,
just to reassure the fact, then absolutely, by all means, go ahead and apologize. But at the same time, I don't think it's going to stand because now Brandy has to relive. And Brandy, I swear, Brandy, if she wasn't a Gemini, I would have thought she was an Aquarius because Brandy hold on to shit for dear life.
they say that Aquarius and Gemini's are similar signs. I think they're
They
very.
are, yeah, no, they are, yes, absolutely. Because Aquarius hold on to shit like you wouldn't believe. It'd be some shit you did 15 years ago, and they still holding on to it today. It's like that's why I don't have very many Aquarius friends. I don't. I have maybe two, and even then, I'm careful about what I do in front of them because I'm telling you, they will hold on to some shit, and it could even,
Lord.
and they could have the situation wrong, and they still will hold on to it. Like don't matter.
Yep,
Like
yep.
seriously.
Bullheaded. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, they. I guess you're right. It's charity, so it's like okay, but they get on my nerves trying to call themselves a sisterhood. Now it turns out when Jackie finds out that Brandy does not have one donation prior to the event starting, I said, Brandy, where's your donation? Hell, you should have been going with this shit. That's
Brandy, like,
usually
look, I
how it
paid for this.
goes.
Brandy,
That's
like,
how
look, I paid for this whole event, so no, no, where
right.
everybody else
I'm like,
donation.
okay, well, motivate people and you donate in front of everybody or take a video. They could have
That's
done a
what
lot.
I'm saying. That's what pissed me off the most with Brandy is when she was like, everybody, where's your donation? All you like, where the women? And when the ladies get there, she goes, everybody scan the QR code. And it was like, Brandy, you should have sent them text messages in advance to say, hey, look, we all on the show together. Can y'all at least do a $500 buy-in so that way,
Well, the thing is, the cast this cast is very materialistic, but they also are worth some type of money, with the exception, no shade, of jac'eil, because WNBA lowest paid sport. They make less than
Mhm.
they don't make very much money, and that's why a lot of them end up playing overseas where they're paid more, but they don't make too much. And then jac'eil's an up and coming entrepreneur. I don't trust anything Brooke got. She never seems to want to buy unless there's a man, and that tells me everything I need to know. Evelyn got baby daddies that's got the money. Brandy and Jason, I think, are okay because they're a little bit humble when it comes to costs. We know Jackie's okay. Jennifer's okay. Shawnee's okay. So, damn, yeah, just jac'eil. Hell, jac'eil and Brooke.
I was just throwing out. I know they can give a lot more than 500. I know they can. But
They can.
what I'm saying is like I was just infiltrating just an amount just to be, one entertaining, but at the same time, I felt like to me, if I was on the reality TV show, like when I go on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I'm texting everybody to say, "Hey, y'all, I need everybody's $5,000 so I could start the charity fund and say, hey, we need to match this amount. That's 7 of them, and one makes 300,000 a month off spousal alone. So I know she got it. So that's why I'm saying I would definitely have hit them up in text message like, hey, I need y'all. This is for charity.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's not
that's
like they can't write
definitely
it
the
off.
correct way to do it, but she shouldn't have to do that. These ladies should know to donate when it comes time to,
But
donate.
that's why I'm
But
saying I said Beverly Hills versus Basketball Wives. Come on, two
yeah,
different.
there's a big difference, but still, just because of what the cause was, I expected more from at least the cast. I did.
No, I
Uh,
agree.
but we know Jennifer is probably tied up in Christian's money, so hell, I'll give her a pass too.
Christian's money.
Well, in his mind, it's his money, and she acting stupid, so we may as well call it his because
Oh, okay. I didn't know that's what we was doing. Oh, okay. Yeah,
may as
yeah, yeah.
well. I don't trust
Christian's
any of it.
money. Yeah, Christian's money.
He
Mhm.
getting this wedding. Who's paying for it? Because it's not him. That's all I'm gonna say. Allegedly.
Mm, mm.
Moving on. So Jackie's trying to get the donations. Everybody's trying to get the donations, but it looks like overall for this event, not too many people showed up. We see a small group of people playing basketball. Jennifer's boyfriend was there. He cannot play basketball for the life of him. I'm not surprised. So he can't play basketball well, and he can't scam well. He just don't do nothing well, and I don't like him. I just don't like him. But the event, they raised a little bit over 5K. It's nice that they raised money, and it sounds like they're going to be able to do a lot for. They sounded like 1,000 kids, so that is wonderful because 1,000 kids got helped. But I do hope to see Brandy put more thought and effort into the charity events as she did with her cookbook and other
I,
ventures.
I don't know. I felt like she could have got a lot more.
She could
Like you
have.
said, you have women on this stage who make like literally thousands of dollars on this show alone, despite whatever they got outside of this. And you mean to tell me that's all y'all raised? I feel like Jennifer spent that alone in wedding dresses. So
I don't know. Everybody could have gave more. I don't quite understand why, but I'm gonna say Brandy is like your first big charity event that I've seen you do. So if this show comes back, I'll give you a pass with this one, but don't do that again. That's what I'm gonna say. Don't you do that again. Now we're gonna move it along past the charity event, but before we move it along, you could sense the tension between her and Jason at the end. They was trying to act cool, but especially the way she was like, "We need to talk about our next moves." I got the sense when she said that, like, "You need to know I'm done with your ass. We got to separate because these cameras going down soon, and I'm sick of you." That's the energy I got from it. But there's definitely some tension. Did you sense the tension between them at the end of that charity event?
You know, yeah, and the tension was she was ventilating what people been saying about her all season. And now that he's shown up again in appearance, it's kind of like, oh yeah, I was reminded of what you did, all 355 women. So I just want to let you know we ain't good.
It's not
Because
healthy. It's like,
remember,
just leave. Just leave. If it's so bad that it puts you in that bad of a space, just thinking about
I
what
was saying, like, I
you
don't know. Do you think he's still doing it?
yeah. Especially when she's talking about, oh, our sons still sleep in the bed with us. That boy is big as hell. Talk about they only
Oh,
get
I
busy.
forgot he said that.
Yes. Talk about they only get busy when the little boy is school. I said, oh no. I feel like once you have to start to schedule sex or expect it at a certain time, that's when the spark is gone for me. But we're gonna come back to Brandy and Jason. Jennifer and the boy, they go to court because he got court because he a felon, because he kidnapped somebody. That is not alleged. That's his convicted record. Uh they go to court. Here, before we can even get into the court, because there's a lot to unpack here. Jennifer, why did you not go in with him? Before we go any further,
I'm trying to tell you.
I don't
Jennifer a
care if
damn
that's
fool.
my boyfriend. I remember when I was dating my husband, like we were younger. I was 16, he was 18. But I remember I had to go to court, y'all, because I used to be bad at one point. I got in some trouble. I had to go to court. At 18 years old, this man came to court, was sitting right next to my mama. So I can't understand why or how, who, what, when, where, why, or how.
No, wasn't he meeting? No, it wasn't court. He was meeting his probation officer.
Whatever the fuck it was. It said
No, I
court
agree
on
with
the
you. No,
screen.
because let me
I
tell you something,
can't
Jennifer.
understand why she would not go in. The
When
cameras
I
don't have
tell
to
you
go
my
with
ass, yeah, when I tell you my ass would be right up in there, and if I couldn't go into the office, my ear would be right at that door, and I had to tell the secretary I had to give $100 to shut up to act like I wasn't hearing nothing. Because when I tell you my ear would be right there, listening to all that shit, I would be right there listening to everything. See, Jennifer's stupid. Then you could already the man driving her Rolls Royce, the new one that she just got. So come on, we not gonna act like Jennifer has smart there. So
Something is wrong. There's no way in hell my husband going to court. I remember when he met with a lawyer once because he got some trouble. I was in the law office. I don't give a damn. I'm in here. Why would you not want to know about your partner's legal troubles? See, Jennifer is stupid. Now, before further, again, on top of her not going in with him, why is he just now alerting his PO that he's getting married in Paris in a whole nother country?
he
This is
he
the
probably didn't think the shit was gonna happen. That's probably why he was like, "Oh shit, she."
he's trying to go across to a whole different continent. Uh,
He probably thought the shit wasn't gonna happen. That's probably why he never did go. Then when she started to get more serious,
James,
started putting.
I cannot hear you.
You can't hear me. Hold on.
Huh. One moment. Say something.
I'm saying something. You hear me now?
Okay. I can hear you now. I don't know what the hell just happened. Apologies, y'all. It happens. We are live. But what were you saying?
No, he probably didn't think this wedding was gonna happen.
You know what? That's actually a good point. Because I'm like, why
Mhm.
y'all wait till the last minute to tell the PO? That's something you say the moment you get engaged.
Well, here's the thing, because I was thinking about it because I rewatched the episode where he was telling her about the respirations, and I kind of felt like when he said it was 250,000, even though in today's time it was.
Restitution. You say reparations.
Oh, sorry, restitution. Sorry, y'all.
Oh, we need
I'm
them.
thinking
Speaking into existence.
yes, we do. No, the restitution. I was thinking like for me when he was talking about that. That's why I said reparations because that's what that shit is. But the scam kind. But no, he was talking about it, and it's something he said. It's 250,000, and she was like, "Well, that's how much it's going to cost for us to plan this." And to me, it sounded like he was hinting without hinting. Okay, well, how about we not do the wedding, but you give me that money so I can pay it off, and then we can plan something else big here, and then I'll pay for it.
Oh, this is good. This is juicy. Write a book, James.
Yeah,
Make
so
it
that's
good.
what like that
This,
like the conspiracy in me thinks like,
you
and
might you might be able to connect the dots if you
right,
really look
because it
into
didn't make
the.
sense to me why he would wait the last minute either, because you would want to tell them as soon as possible, hey, I am engaged now. And they've been engaged for what, a year?
Yeah,
So yeah,
it's they've been engaged longer than they was in the relationship.
right. So to me, I would feel like he would say, look, I'm engaged now, and my fiance is planning this huge wedding that she wants to take out of the country. What do I need to do? What community service do I need to attend to make sure that I'm able to attend my wedding?
Right. They're a
So
mess. He
yeah,
basically his PO says he. You know what I noticed too when he was telling Jen what the PO says. He likes to just spit out a bunch of information all at once to her without fully making sense or complete sentences, so that
that's
she
because she's stupid,
pauses.
that's because she's stupid and he can get away with it.
Yeah, and I watched him get away with it. But basically, he is not approved to go to Paris for the wedding. There ain't no in between when it comes to being on parole or probation. There's just not. Either they gonna let you go or they not. And if there's an in between, it's usually dependent on like an ankle monitor or something. If you have it, and he don't have that, so there is no in between. It's either he can go or he can't. And as of right now, he can't. But he gonna play it as something else to Jennifer, and her dumb ass gonna believe it. Moving on. Jackie has her talk show day, and I was so annoyed with this scene. Okay. Jackie, we wish you the best, but you're a basketball wife.
It's scared
Based
she's
on this talk show, you should stick to being a basketball wife.
it's given she's really bored and
She put this
like
whole thing together. They had an audience. She ran out, was out of breath just from running out onto the green screen.
right.
I
It's like that's what I said. It's given she's bored and like that she's trying to make something out of nothing here. And I don't begrudge her for doing it, but at the same time,
I don't take this seriously. I will
I'm,
take this
I'm
seriously once the network picks it up.
no, I would take it more serious. Jackie need to be on Lifetime. Jackie needs to be on Lifetime playing, the villain. She's good at that. Like if Lifetime were to do series, Jackie need to do a series where she is like literally like the crazy mama that's ready to shoot somebody in their head. Like she would be perfect at that. I don't
That's
know
how
why.
she looks sitting there on this poster.
Right.
Look how she's sitting on this poster with the women cross.
That's
Like
what I'm saying.
look,
She look like somebody mama that's like ready to shoot somebody, like she's gonna pull a gun out between her
she
legs
will
and
have
just
her no more wired hangers moment.
right.
Lord. Well, listen, I wish you the best with your talk show, Jackie. I do. Yeah. It's funny to watch, but I don't take it seriously. Maybe give Jackie a little 30-minute, goofy reality comedy show or something. That's what I'll say. Last thing we get of this week finale, before we get all the week updates also on the women, is Brandy and Jason having a talk together as a couple. She basically says to him that, and to the confessional, that she realizes that based on how these women poked at her relationship, she realizes she is not healed from all his cheating. She says that she has taken a beating for Jason's mistakes. She does not want to depend on him anymore. And she tells him she is officially moving to LA, whether he moves there or not. Before I go any further, you just now realizing you're not healed from him cheating on you with 300 plus different women. You don't heal from that. You
You
don't.
don't. No, you
Just
don't.
don't. That's
Because there's
20
no healing.
minutes.
There's no healing from that. Because the problem is that okay? Because I don't. And as I said, y'all, even though they've been together since they were in high school, I don't believe that all 300 women were in Brandy's timeline. I said I would give her half. I'm gonna give her half of it to be nice.
James,
And
that's
I'm
still
being
too many. That's still too. There is
so
no being nice. That's 150 different vaginas. You talking about? I'll give
I
half.
know I'm saying that.
150 vaginas, James. Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm trying to be okay. I'm just trying to
Hell
be
to the
nice because I just
no.
feel like I don't want to make
No,
like to be
there
no,
is
you
no
don't heal
nice.
from that.
Once you
You don't heal
exceed,
after one. So I mean like
once you exceed
no, there's
three,
no
to
exceeding.
me, you've lost your mind.
Once you exceed 1, you've lost your mind. And
Listen.
listen, and I might can forgive you, depending on what happened. It might be a forgivable situation where I'll be like, okay, that
Oh no,
makes
no,
sense.
no. That 3 is not personal whatsoever. But I'm saying in general, if somebody come to me and they telling me, Amina, he's cheated on me for the 3rd time, I will be
Let
like,
me tell you, let me tell you, Jason's not
it's
cute enough.
time.
Let me tell you, Jason's not cute enough to get more than 3 cheats on me. I'm sorry, he's not. So no, we're not talking like if he was somebody else. Like I almost went to football, not because I was like, who's the boy
Nobody.
that got
That's the
engaged?
thing. There's no dollar amount. It just should not happen. I'm.
They don't raise these men for just to have conviction and discernment and realize that one little ounce of mistake is going to cost you the rest of your life with the person you love. Because if you loved them, you wouldn't do shit in the first place. But
That's
I'm just
true.
saying, nobody teaches these men that there's dire consequence. That's why I said I feel like, and as I told you before, I've said this on your channel, I've said this on my channel. I feel like cheating is a taught behavior when it comes to women and raising their sons. I feel like it's taught, and it goes to the dads too, because a lot of the time they emulate the dad's behavior. But I feel like the instinctual part of it, because I feel like if the dad is a cheater, it's a physical trait. But I feel like if the mom teaches, it's a tactful, like psychological trait. Like I label it down to a toy. You know how you give a little boy a toy? Like a mom gives a little boy a toy, and the boy loves the toy. The boy cherishes the toy, but then one day the boy gets bored with the toy, and it goes back to his mom and just throws his tantrum. So the mom, not really thinking, she's going to go get him another toy, basically saying that anything that he can love or have some infatuation with is replaceable, and the image that you see of it is a woman giving it to you. That's why I said it's psychological. I really do think that cheating is psychological, and it's probably taught at a young age. And I think
Whatever the hell it is, I feel like I just want her to shit or get off the pot. Divorce the man or
I don't
keep
think she
him,
will.
stay
I
off
don't.
TV and do what it do. But I'm
I mean,
tired of
just
them
let him
having
do it.
these
Let him get to.
talks.
I mean, Brandy, just let him do it. Let him get to 500. I mean, you ain't going nowhere, so let him go ahead and
I
get to
don't
500.
understand it. But she does admit to staying in her relationship because of her child, which a lot of people in marriages are guilty of, unfortunately. But he was extremely bothered by her moving across the country. You could tell if the cameras weren't there, there would be more that they were saying. But I do think it will be good for them to like live separately and all of that. And I didn't understand why her makeup was half done.
I'm gonna say this. I feel like he being trying to be conservative with the money part of it, because California is very, very,
Expensive as
very
hell.
expensive. Like to me, you would have to me. The only reason why I would see you moving to California is if you have like 6 or 7 contracts that are 6 figures, and that they're completely tax exempt. That's the only way. That's the only reason why I would see anybody moving to California, because California is so expensive. You would have to hustle. Like my cousin in LA right now is working 3 jobs to support himself, and literally is working 80-hour weeks. So it's like it's crazy. You have no life, you have no vengeance. It's a great place to live, but it is an expensive headache. So I
Mhm.
understood him when he was like, I don't think that's the move, boss. I don't think that's the move. Because it's not, Brandy. It's not. You can do what you do in Texas, in Dallas. Dallas has a market for acting.
Shit.
Shreveport is only 2 hours away. You can go to Shreveport. 50 Cent just opened a whole damn compound with production studios. Like, you can go there. My friend works there now.
Brandy don't care about that. I think that she's unhappy with him. I do think she's scared to leave him, but I do also feel like she's doing this because she's embarrassed and wants to at least
Well,
save face
let her
publicly.
go.
But
We'll let him. Well, just let him cheat till he
it's
gets to
but
500.
it's I do want them to stop talking about this marriage. Like find new couples or actual basketball wives. Hell, we used to at least get basketball girlfriends. We don't got nothing but exes. Figure it out. The updates and where the ladies are going to go, what they're going to do.
Well, hell, if I can give him my T Stiebel, I'll go on Basketball Wives.
Yeah, I don't know. This season was the Jackie show. Pretty much every episode was about Jackie having an issue with
That's another thing.
someone.
Sorry to cut you off, friend. That's another thing. Jackie, stop making it easy for them to use you.
Mm.
Just cut that shit out. Stop making it so easy for them to use you. Because that doesn't make sense. It doesn't behoove you for you to play the villain and then for the lady on your doorstep, you just allow it and take the bait just because you want to see a successful show. To me, they couldn't do that to me too many more times. I would be like, look, this is what it is. I'm not playing with y'all. I said what I said. Y'all listening to Sunday and her foolishness. Oh well, that's on y'all. If y'all believe her, then that's fine with me. Y'all ain't got to even look in my direction and go about your business. Like I wouldn't even give them the satisfaction. But that's Jackie.
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that because this season, it was draining. But we've reached the end, y'all. Yes, we will be recapping the reunion, which does air, I believe, next week. We will recap the reunion. If anyone has any suggestions for shows, just let me know. A lot of the shows I recap, like Miami just went off in March, so that won't be back for a little while. Beverly Hills is on the way back. Other than that, I have My Love After Lockup, all of those things, and our TLC recaps. And then I also will be on James's channel to recap some shows as well. Salt Lake City is back, as well as we are finishing out Dubai, the headache that is.
I'm so glad they only got one last show tonight, and that's it. Because I can't wait to put them down. I can't wait for Married to Medicine. I can't wait for Real Housewives of Potomac. I can't wait for Salt Lake City because I feel like Salt Lake City. Hopefully the ladies bring it. I'm praying on it because I'm telling you, I will drop Salt Lake City. The only reason I'm doing it because Mary came back full time, and I keep my promises.
Hmm. All right, y'all. Well, we appreciate everybody who watches, Replay Gang included. We will be back on both channels tomorrow. Love and Hip Hop on this channel tomorrow, and then Dubai and Salt Lake City on James's. So we appreciate y'all and hope you have a good night. Thank you, James.
Thank you for having me. Bye, guys. Have a good one.